Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Voices of Edo. Sorry if you hear something kind of humming. Yeah, I got a little heater on because it's starting to get cold here in Japan. But I want to take some time today and tell y'all a little bit about the poet behind that last song I did, I think in my last video, Fuji-san, Ishikawa Jozan. I want to tell you a little bit about him and also go through a little bit of the poem and kind of explain a little bit more of it in detail. So let's get into it. All right, so Ishikawa Jozan was born in, got my little notes, 1583 and died in 1672. I think he's like 89 years old. It's wild. In present-day Aichi Prefecture. And he was a very prolific scholar, poet, calligrapher, and I think painter too, which I couldn't really find a lot of his paintings, but apparently man was good at painting. The poem that he's most famous for, at least I think within Shigin, Mount Fuji, is a beautiful poem written in the, I think like I said, in the one of my previous videos, I don't keep track of things, I'm sorry, it's a 4-line poem composed of 7 characters. And I want to get into what those mean. So here we are looking at Fuji-san. And I want to break this down. So here we got Senkaku kitari asobu ungai no itadaki. So Senkaku is, you can imagine this as divine figures or divine otherworldly beings, heavenly beings. Or it's also been translated, I've seen, as the crane bird, which is fun because, you know, that's like the symbol of Japan, and it's just a stupidly beautiful bird if you've ever actually seen one. But I think most people interpret it as divine beings. So divine beings come to play above the clouds, or here it's actually like, you know, outside of, you know, above. You can imagine this above the clouds, above the peak of the mountain. So if you look at Mount Fuji and it has all the clouds and everything, you can imagine way up above there, these divine beings kind of, you know, engaged in merriment, if that makes sense. And also, like I went over last time, this would be the key. The key is the beginning part of your story. And then next you have show, which is sort of building off of that. So then here we have Shinryu Sumioyu Ungai no Fuchi. So Shinryu is like a divine dragon, and Sumioyu is basically like elderly, like a very ancient divine dragon. Dochu no is like within the depths of the cave. So there's this divine ancient dragon that lives within the depths of Mount Fuji, right? Which kind of makes sense because it's, you know, it's a volcano, which hopefully will stay dormant for a very, very, very long time. And then here we'll transition to the 10, and then the 10 would be the most important part of the song, or something where something changes, right? This would be like the crescendo, like everything, bam, just pops off here. And then we have Yuki wa ganso no gotoku, kemuri wa e no gotoshi. So, Yuki wa ganso no gotoku. Gotoku is here. It's kind of like is like, or resembles. The snow resembles kind of a silk fan, and the smoke represents the handle of a sword. So you can imagine like the smoke kind of coming out the top of Mount Fuji back when it was more active. It can kind of look like, you know, like a sword is stabbed into the top of the mountain. And then finally we have our ketsu, which is kind of wrapping things up. And then we have Hakusen Sakashima ni kakaru Tokai no ten. So the Hakusen is sort of like a white fan. All this is a white upside down fan. So the Hakusen Sakashime ni Kakaru is like upside down fan. Against Tokai, the Eastern Sea Ten Sky. And from what I was told, the Tokai, this area is kind of near Shizuoka and that area around Mount Fuji, like the lakes and everything, the water in that area. So it's like this gigantic white upside down fan is kind of pressed against the sky over those waters. Which, I mean, it kind of looks like that if you look at if you've ever seen the Sense Japanese folding fans, where kind of you open them up, turn them upside down. I can get that. So there we go. That's a brief breakdown of Mount Fuji. So I hope you like it. If there's anything you want me to go into more detail about, or be more thorough or professional-ish, let me know, because I've tried to do this many times with a couple different channels, but I want to kind of really go into detail and take y'all on this journey. So any advice you have, any comments, feel free to let me know, and I'll catch you next one. See ya.